Mike, could you pass the salt, please?
Salt? Yeah, sure. Oops. What?
Aren't you going to put that over your shoulder?
On my shoulder. You don't believe in that superstitious stuff, do you? Fine.
The left one.
Left one, right. The old salt over the shoulder thing. You ever wonder where superstitions come from? I mean, do they have some factual basis? Or did somebody just make them up? For example, why is it so unlucky to spill salt? Well, salt, or sodium chloride, is a pretty valuable mineral. I mean, aside from being a nice seasoning, it's hygroscopic, meaning it likes to absorb water. Salt's water-absorbing properties make it an excellent preservative. You see, certain food spoilage is caused by microorganisms. These microorganisms need water to live. Salting food removes water, stopping the growth of the bugs and the spread of decay, which was seen among ancient peoples as the evil work of the devil. In fact, salt became such a valuable commodity that the ancient Romans paid part of their soldiers' wages in salt. That's where the modern English word salary comes from. So salt, with its power to maintain health and repel decay, became symbolic of friendship, good, of life itself. To spill it was, still is, an insult to its powers, likely to encourage the devil in his efforts to undermine life. Which is why when you spill salt, you're supposed to throw it over your left shoulder. It was believed that evil spirits lurk on the left side of the body. If an evil spirit happened to be lurking, the salt would get into its eyes, driving it away. And then, of course, we've all had that feeling, you know, that things are going too well and that by being overconfident or bragging too much, we may stretch our luck too far and welcome some terrible payback. And what do we do when we find ourselves in that situation? We immediately search for the nearest piece of wood. The idea of touching or knocking on wood can be traced way back to a time when people thought spirits and gods lived in the trees. This was their way of explaining why, among other things, the leaves fell off the trees in the fall. Now, today we have other explanations for these wonders of nature. Roll the film, please. The average deciduous tree expels up to 900 liters of water per day in the form of water vapor. It's part of the tree's natural biological cycle. The water evaporates from the large surface area of the leaves and is continually replaced with water taken up by the roots. But in cold, dry weather, a tree's roots can't draw enough water from the soil to compensate for the water loss. Without water, well, the tree can't survive. So to deal with this problem, deciduous trees make their leaves drop. Nevertheless, touching wood was a sign of respect and humility to the gods, to thank them for good fortune and to ask them for some more. Oh, and one more thing. For the super superstitious, if you're going to touch wood, for the best results, find yourself a living tree. If that's not available, find yourself a piece of untreated wood. Oh, yeah, 3 knocks are better than 1. And then there's that old superstition that breaking a mirror will give you 7 years bad luck. This superstition originated well before the first mirror was ever made. When early humans first saw their reflection in a pool of water, they thought they were seeing their souls. If the image was disturbed, somehow the soul would be injured. Later in medieval Europe, people thought mirrors had magical fortune-telling powers. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? Breaking a mirror would end its magic, bringing revenge on the person whose image it last held. The magic power these people feared was the power of specular reflection. Mirrors work by reflecting light rays from our bodies back to our eyes. But here's where the trick comes in. Because a mirror has such a flat, smooth surface, light rays reflect back in exactly the same pattern as they arrive. This causes your brain to assume the light rays are actually coming directly from the mirror to your eyes without being reflected, making it seem like there's someone who looks just like you on the other side. Now, these superstitions sound ridiculous, I know. I mean, why would we make up such bizarre beliefs? Well, probably to explain why things happen, to understand life and the world around us. Sounds a lot like science, doesn't it? Well, superstition was, and for some people still is, a way of explaining the unknown. But evil spirits, that's where I draw the line.
Well, I think you just better erase that line, my friend.
Oh, Chris, can you bring me the garlic, please?
Garlic? That's for vampires. I'm scared.